Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, Fall Classic Baseball tutorial on using fast action cards. We're on the top of the 7th. It's 3-0 Mets. And it's going to be Buddy Harrelson leading off. He's 0 for 1 with actually 1 for 2 with a single, stolen base, run scored, and a walk. And he struck out. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. And he's facing Jim Britton, who's basically reached his endurance number. So if he allows a base runner, he will get pulled. So let's pull the card now. Since we're in the 7th, we're going to look at column 7 here, and that's a 23. A 23 will be an out. And what kind of an out? We look right there. It's a fly out to center field. 1 down. Jorgensen is next, and we look at column number 7. It's a 63, and that's an out, kind of an out. Fly out to center again. Back-to-back fly out to the center fielder. Boot stay, settles under it and squeeze it for out number 2. And here, oh, wait. And now it should be Jones. What happened to Jones? Oh, there he is. Cleon Jones up, and Jones is 0 for 2 today. And we pull it. We look at 7-15, and that again is an out, kind of an out. And if versus lefty or versus righty batter, he's a righty batter, so he bounces 1 to third. Picked up by Bailey. Bailey throws him out to retire the side. So easy inning, 3 up, 3 down. And now we go to Boots. No, we go to Gary Sutherland leading off, and then we're going to see a pinch hitter. Let me put that information into the stat keeper. There we go. Done. Here's Sutherland. Again, we're going to look in column 7 because it is the 7th thing. That's a 23. 23 is an out. What kind of an out? He's a righty, so that'll be a bouncer to short. If he was a lefty, it would be a ground ball to second. Okay, so now this is where we're going to get a pinch hitter. And it's going to be, let's see who it's going to be. We're looking for a lefty here to go against Ryan. And we're going to bring in a guy named Ferry. Let's grab his card. You got all the players with Fall Classic Baseball, so you got to go through a ton of players here. Some guys I know separate the roster beforehand, and it makes it a lot easier. I don't do that. I just kind of leave it all the way it is. Just leave all the cards together. Jim Ferry. All right. And here's a pitch from Ryan. Column 7, 31, and that will be bounced. Oh, we're going to need a 1 to 4 for it to be a single. And it's a 13, so that'll be not a single. It's a fly out to left field. Flies out to left. 2 down. Top of the order now. Ron Hunt is up. 7 says a 66, and that's going to be either a triple, a double, or a single. This is your Stratomatic splits. And it's a 3, so that's a drive over the center fielder's head. Hits off the base of the wall and bounds away to right field. And going for 3 is Hunt. Here's the relay from Boswell. The tag by Foley, not in time. It's a 2-out triple here in the top of the 7th inning. And that's going to be, well, Ryan has a shutout going, so he can continue until he gives up a run. All right, Stan Swanson with 2 outs, or runner on third base. We're going to pull a card, see what happens. And that's a 45, and that'll be a base on balls. So now the tying run is at the plate. Oop. Tying run is at the plate, and Rusty Staub is the batter. Got a couple of pitchers warming up for the Mets. One of them is Tug McGraw, the lefty. Now, Ryan only completed 3 games. So, in this case, because of that, I'm considering pulling him. I mean, he gave up a 2-out triple and then a walk. You know what? I'm going to let him face Staub. Staub is the EXPOS best hitter with a 311 average and 19 home runs, almost 100 RBIs. See what happens, and if my decision comes back to haunt me, So we're going to pull a card and look column 7. It's a 45. That's ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. I don't even have to look because I know anything in the 40s with Ryan, he's got control issues, as we know. And it's going to be Fairley coming up, and we're going to bring in Tug McGraw. What kind of stuff will McGraw have? Let's pull a card and find out. We're going to look at a D20. That's a 20. He's going to have his C stuff. So not his best stuff at all. Tug McGraw. We'll see what happens here. With the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th inning, it's 3-0 Mets. Going to pull a card and look at column 7, and that's a 25, and a 25 is an out. What kind of an out? It's a fly ball. Center field backing up is Jorgensen, and he squeezes it for the out, and the Mets get out of Armageddon. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left. They leave the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th, and we move to the top of the 8th inning. Using the fast action cards, and we're pulling the outs right from the fast action cards. In my last video, I was calculating the outs based on a D20 because I'm used to doing that and I've memorized it, and for some reason it didn't register that the outs are right here. So this is Crane Pull. I'm going to do another inning. Let's pull a card for... Now we're going to have a new pitcher coming in, right? So new pitcher comes in. Let's see who it's going to be. And it's going to be... No. Got any... No starts there. Again. Got a guy named McNally. McNally's going to come in because he's the guy who I need to bring in here. Let's see, his name is Ernie McNally. See what kind of stuff he has. We'll pull a card and look at the D20 in the 8th inning this time. Oh, it's a 20, so McNally's going to be a C pitcher. And McNally can go, oh, he can go, he's a long reliever type. 28, he can go a long way. All right, so Crane Pool leading off here in the top of the 8th inning. See what happens. It's a 52. That's going to be an error check. We can look right here. Error check on the 3rd baseman. It's Bailey. And we can pull another card. We're going to see what kind of number we get. It's a 13, so that should not be an error. Let's check Bailey at 3rd base. No, he's a 5, so he makes the play. 1 down. All right, Marshall up now. It's a 65, and that is a pitcher home run -3. So we're going to look at McNally. It's going to be a home run 1 to 7, so -3 is 1 to 4. We're going to look right here and see what number it is. And oh, we're ready. Oh, it's a 1. That's a home run because we didn't use that. So that's a deep drive to right, and back goes Staub to the track, looks up, and out of here. So home run for Dave Marshall. Marshall hit 3 home runs in 200 at-bats. So it's 4-0 now. 4-0 Mets. And Kenny Boswell, who's 2 for 3 today. Here's a pitch. It's an 8. It's a 16, and that'll be an out. What kind of an out? It's lined to the pitcher. Actually, it's a 16, so if it's a 6, it's a line out to shortstop. So an 11 would have been a line out to the pitcher. A 12 would have been a foul. So you look at the second number, and that'll tell you who it's to. Really a genius system that gives you a wide variety of outs all the time. And it's very intuitive. I mean, it takes nothing to, once you learn it, and it's just, all right, here's Jerry Grody with 2 outs and nobody on. That's a 66, and that's going to be a drive, and that's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. And Grody into second base standing with a 2-out double. Jerry Grody, 1 for 4 now. He's on at second base. So they're tagging McNally a little bit here. And here's Tim Foley. And that's a 14, and that'll be an out. Fly ball right field. Over his stop, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So 1 run on 2 hits, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Again, we're using the fast action cards. This is a fast action card fall classic tutorial. Bob Bailey leading off against Tug McGraw. All right, and we look at the 8th because we're in the 8th inning. It's a 22, and a 22 is a walk. Base on balls for Bob Bailey. Next is Bateman, John Bateman. That's a 54, and that's going to be a 54 check with a runner on. It's a 12, and it will be a wild pitch. Runner to second. Bateman again with a 42, and that'll be a McGraw, we said was C. That'll be a base on balls. So first to second, and it's Boots Day. Here's the pitch. An 8 is a 56. A 56 will be a strikeout. That's right off the pitcher card. Gary Sutherland is next. 32. 32 is a blank, and a 32 is a 1-2 double, and it's a 16. So that'll be grounded to short. Goes to second for 1. No throw to first, so it's a fielder's. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I did that from memory with the number 16. I'm not doing it that way. I'm looking at the out, so it's a ground ball to third. With runners on first and second, fielder's choice, 5-4. All right, so the only difference is it's a 5-4. There we go. So now it's going to be first and third with 2 outs, and we're going to bring up a pinch hitter. All right. I'm inputting some data here so I can get to that point in the game, and I can look at my my bench. I'm using Replay Baseball to keep my stats and also keeps my rosters, and it tells me who's tired and who pitched the game. You know, if I start a new series with a team, it keeps track of who was used the day before and the previous day and all that. So it does a lot of great stuff for me. So Bailey led off in this inning with a walk, and then went to second on a wild pitch, then followed by another walk. Then it was a K and a fielder's choice. And now it's a pitcher. We're going to get a pinch hitter, and it's going to be... Oh. No, we're going to go with Gosger. Guy named Jim Gosger. See if I can track him down. You get all the players, so you got to go. It takes a little bit of time to track guys down. Here he is, Jim Gosger. Oh, wait, he's a lefty. We want to go with a righty because McGraw is a lefty, so we're going to go with Ron Wood. Is it Woods or is it Wood? It's Woods, Ron Woods. Here he is. All right, let's do it. Let's pull a card, bottom of the 8th. First and third. That's a 42, and that'll be a base on balls to load the bases. So, Tug McGraw having control issues here in the bottom of the 8th. Bases are loaded. It's 4-0 Mets. Tying run is at the plate, and Ron Hunt, who's got a little bit of power, not too much, hit 5 home runs. So McGraw checks in with Grody, sets and deals, and that is a 33, and that is ripped to left center field. Let's see. Ripped to left center field. Runner on second. There will be an assist. So we're going to pull a card. Center fielder. Who's out in center for me? Jorgensen. Jorgensen's assist rating is a 0, so he will score a 2-run score. And with the throw of the plate, I send the runner to third. So 2-run score, and it's going to be first and third, 2 big RBIs. He drives in batter 5 and batter 8. And let's see what happened there. Batter to second. So the tying run is in scoring position now. And here comes Swanson. We're going to bring in a new pitcher for the Mets because McGraw just ain't doing it. So a big Woods was walked, and then Ron Hunt ripped a double into left center field. 2 runs scored, and Hunt made it to second base on the throw home. And here comes a new pitcher to face Swanson. It's going to be Danny Frizella. So Tug McGraw is out. Gil Hodges takes the ball from McGraw, and Frizella's in to see what kind of stuff Frizella will have. He will have his best stuff, his A stuff. All right, here's Swanson. And we could bring in Gosger to pinch hit just for some fun here. Let's see. Did I use Gosger? That's funny if I did or not. Huh. That's strange. I thought I used. I did not use Gosger. I don't see him on the. Let me see here. Oh, I find out. Okay, that's weird. All right, so we had a walk, a pitch, and a walk, and a K, and a 5-4 fielder's choice. Then we had Woods come up. Woods walked to load the bases, and then it was a 2-run single for Hunt. And now we're going to bring in Gosger. He's a lefty. Jim Gosger. All right. And he'll stay in to play left field. So pinch hitter, left field. And here it is. Pull a card. Runners on second and third, a tying run. So base hit here could potentially tie this ball game. It's 4-2 now. An 8, and that's a 63, and that will be a strikeout to end the inning. So in comes Frizella and takes charge, blows a fastball by the pinch hitter Gosger, and we move to the top of the 9th. But the Expos pick up a couple of runs on a bunch of walks and a 2-run single. And it's 4-2 now. Go to top of the 9th. So that's my. I will, since it's a pretty close game, I will continue to play this tutorial through the last inning. We only have 1 inning to go, and so Gosger struck out against Frizella, and we're gonna go to the put in. Let's see, gonna put in Marshall here. He's their big guy, their big pitcher. Gosger will be in left field. And so let's grab Marshall from the stack of cards. Get a lot of cards. This game, you can get the PDF for $20, and the game comes with all the players. And every card is a little bit different. There's so many unique characteristics to every card. It's not really a 50-50 game. It seems like it, but it's not. All right, here's Mike Marshall. And let's see what kind of stuff he's going to have. We go to look column 9 because we're in the 9th. He'll have his B stuff. So Marshall will be B. And he will be facing the bottom of the order, which will be the pitcher, Frizella. And I'll use his generic batting card. Let's see what happens. It's a 61. That's a blank there. We look at Marshall. Marshall had his B stuff. That's a strikeout. So Frizella strikes out. 1 away. All right, Buddy Harrelson now, who is 1 for 3. And that's a 25, and that'll be an out, kind of an out. It's a fly out to center field. 2 down. Mike Marshall against Mike Jorgensen, the lefty. We look at 9, 63, and that'll be strike 3 to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Marshall. That was an easy inning. 4-2 going to the bottom of the 9th, so Danny Frizella has a chance to pick up a save here. He will be facing the heart of the order, Staub, Fairley, and Bailey. Let's do it. It's a 62, and that's an out because Staub doesn't strike out very much. What kind of an out? It's a fly ball, center field. 1 away. Ron Fairley's next. The pitch from Frizella. It's a 43. 43 is a blank. Frizella, we said, had his A stuff, and that'll be an out, kind of an out. He is a lefty, so it's grounded to second, picked up by Boswell. Over to first. And here's Bob Bailey. 16, and that'll be strike 3. Ball game over. Dan Frizella comes in, 1, 2, 3, 9th. Actually retires the 4 batters he faced. He will pick up a save. The Mets pick up a victory, which is great news. And I'll give you a little data on the top of the 9th. So when did we bring in Frizella? Oh, we brought him to face Gosger. There we go. And then Gosger struck out. All right, top of the 9th, we let Frizella pitch. And he struck out. Bat, and he struck out. And then it was an 8 and a K. And now we go to the bottom of the 9th. I'm inputting the stats so I can look a little bit. I'll tell you, the Mets are, with this victory, they're 36 and 32. 36 and 32. And that's about it. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Fast Action Cards, All Classic Baseball.